First thing I do is I roll them all into a ball. The ball stays the same. I'm heating up my pan. You're going to flatten them out with your hand. Who here's ever had a homemade patty burger and it looks like a baseball after it gets cooked? Anyone know how to stop that from happening? We're going to keep it about like that. We're going to look at about like that. We're going to do smash burgers next. This one, take 2 knuckles, push it right in the middle. That way, when it does scoot up, that middle's thinner than the outside layer. It will keep it flatter. So you make it a little bit thinner in the middle. We're going to season it generously on both sides with salt and pepper. Into the pan. We're starting off with salt and pepper. You guys know how to cook a burger? You don't need 100 seasonings. That is all to hide your inadequacies. You're telling on yourself right now. We're going to let that go in that hot pan. While that works, we're going to get our salt or our veggies together. What's the internal cooking temperature of ground beef? Anyone know? Those guys. 155. Very good. So, why did I not put oil in this pan? Anyone got a guess? Not too hot. This pan is too hot just because the burner is, but what? These burgers are 80-20. That means they're 80% protein, 20% fat. That fat's going to render out naturally. I don't need to add fat to that. So while this cooks, I'll get my toppings going. This is cherry tomato. You guys will have access to tomatoes if you want to put tomato on your burger. Onion. Uglier. If you guys have a hard time holding the onion up like this because it keeps turning over, you can't make flat cuts. Take a little bit off of a side. It now stands right upright on its own. Then when I cut down, I can get those beautiful rings. Who remembers when we did the chicken for the Alfredo? How did I know when to flip that chicken? When the sides start turning right. The same thing happens with the burger. Notice all that fat that's now in this pan. That is due to all of that fat in that burger. We'll flip it over. Look at that beautiful crust. That is why I have this here. I don't think we're ever doing a demo in this class again. $9.40, right? We're going to add our cheese once it gets closer to the end. This shouldn't be anywhere close quite yet. But notice how this is staying flat. It is not balling up like your typical burger. That's because we made that indentation in it. They're only about 76. Take your time. Take it. Let it take as long as it needs. The Smash Brother burgers will go a lot faster. But you're wanting to let this wait. You want that good crust on it. That's what's going to give you a lot of that flavor. We don't need a lot of this mayo. It is really, really rich. So I'm just putting a small spread on the top and the bottom. I've got it bad. Getting there. One thing I want to notice that I am not doing is I am not pressing down on this burger. Why do I not press down on the burger? Yes, we don't want those juices to come out. So do not press down on the burger. I am not sitting there doing this on that burger. You're just letting it cook on its own. So how can I make this cook faster? Not necessarily this burger, but how, if I was going to make a burger and wanted it to cook faster, how would I cook it faster? What? You could cover it. Also, with our smash burgers, they're going to cook faster because we're going to smush them down when they hit the pan. Once it starts getting to heat, it starts getting or starts cooking really, really fast. We're about at 150. We're about ready to start pulling it off. All right, now that we're at about 150, we're going to add our cheese to it. Always be cognizant of how much cheese you add. This is a big burger, so would we use 1 or 2 slices? 2. So when I put my cheese on, one of the things I'm going to do is turn it sideways so it gets even coverage. Once that cheese is melted, my burger is good to go. So what I'm doing right now is I'm steaming it. That's going to get that cheese on top to melt really, really well. It'll be nice, ooey and gooey. I'm going to do that for about 2, 3 minutes. Yep. So that cheese can melt. Going to give it a little bit longer. Give it about 1 more minute. We want that cheese nice and melted. We can get ketchup for those of us that are doing lab. This is lettuce. We'll see. So that's our burger. Nice, juicy, gorgeous. So that is burger number 1.